Hello, welcome to all of you in this channel Geography Ki Pathshala. I hope you all are doing well. Please support because your support is my biggest motivation.
Today's class, we are going to start with the measuring human development from this portion of your chapter. So let's see one by one that what has been discussed in this part. So in the very first line, you can see that it has been mentioned that the Human Development Index, which is in a short form, we call it as HDI, it actually the ranks the countries they have done on the basis of the performance and the performance in some key areas. So what are those areas? The areas are of health, education, and access to resources. And this ranking, it is based on the score which is in between 0 to 1. And now let's see these all key areas one by one. So when we choose as indicator that the access of health and the life expectancy at birth. So over here we'll see that if there is a higher life expectancy, that means it actually indicates that people, they have a greater chance of living longer and healthier lives. And the second indicator which comes, that it's the adult literacy rate and the gross enrollment ratio. And it actually represents the access to knowledge. And the number of adults, those who are able to read, write, and the number of children, those who are enrolled in school, that actually shows that how easy or how difficult it is to access the knowledge of any particular country. The third key area, which is that the access to resources. Over here, I will see that it is measured in terms of purchasing power, and the purchasing power, it's basically in US dollar. So these are the three dimensions, and the weightage of all these three dimensions, it's 1/3, means 1/3 weightage is given to them. And the Human Development Index, it is a sum total of the weights assigned to all these dimensions. Okay. Now, as I just mentioned that the range of this HDI score, it's between 0 to 1. Now over here, you will see that if any country, its HDI score is suppose, say for example, it's 0.983. That means that country will be considered as very high human development. And on the other hand, if any country's HDI value is 0.268, that means that particular country will be considered as very low level of human development. But over here, you will see that this HDI, or what we are calling that Human Development Index, it actually measures the attainments. Okay, that means it reflects that what has been achieved in these key areas. But this, you will see that it's not actually the reliable measure. And what is the reason behind is that it do not indicates anything about the distribution of in these key areas, that what is actually the distribution. So over here, next concept which emerges, it is about that the Human Poverty Index. Okay, and it is basically the index which measures the shortfalls in Human Development Index. So let's see in the next page. Over here, you can see that one information is given that since 1990, United Nations Development Program, which we call in a short term as UNDP, they actually consider the Human Development Index and the Human Poverty Index as two important indices to measure the human development. Okay, and this poverty index, which is known as that the Human Poverty Index, it is basically a non-income measure. Okay, and one interesting fact is also given in a book that the country Bhutan, it's the only country in the world where you will see that they actually measure their country's progress on the basis of gross national happiness, which is GNH. Over here, they actually means that the material progress, it cannot come to the cost of happiness. They believe in spirituality, in non-material and qualitative aspects of the development. Next, by completing this, that the measuring in human development, next point which we are going to start, it's about the international comparisons. So you will see that when you will compare this HDI value with international manner, so you will see some interesting facts are coming out. That you will see that the size of the territory, or you can say that the per capita income, they are not at all directly related with the human development index. And oftenly some small countries, you can see over here, it's mentioned that they have done better than larger ones in human development, such as you can take the example of Sri Lanka, Trinidad. So you will see that they have the higher rank than India. And on this basis of HDI value, or you can say that HDI score, the countries all over the world, they are segregated into 4 different categories. And let's see what are they. So the 4 different categories which are mentioned over here is, the first one is with very high level of human development, and the score, it's mentioned over here, it should be above 0.808, and number of countries which are falling under it is 49. And similarly, some other sectors are also mentioned that with high level of human development, and the value is in between of 0.700 up to 0.807, and number of countries which are falling under this category is 53. Next, the third one comes that the medium level of human development, and here the value is between 0.556 up to 0.699, and the number of countries, it's mentioned that 42. And the next one, which is the fourth one, is that the low level of human development, and the score which is mentioned over here, it's below 0.555, a number of countries which are falling under this is 43. So this is basically the report of human development, and the year when it was published is according to 2013. So please go through this table because some questions may arise from here. Next, let's see that all these different categories, or all these different types, that with the very high human development countries, the high human development countries, then one by one. So in the very first, you will see that the countries with very high human development, and as their score, you will see that it's over 0.793, and according to Human Development Report of 2014, this particular group, it actually includes 49 countries. Okay, and here one table is given to you that the countries where you can see actually the high value of HDI, it's the examples are like Norway, Australia, Switzerland, Netherlands, United States, and on the other hand there is Germany, New Zealand, Canada, Singapore, Denmark. So please go through these examples also. And next over here, what comes about the high level of HDI value and the countries which are falling under it, it's the number is 53 countries. And basically in these countries, you can see that the government, they have much invested their into the sector of the social categories, and that's why this is one of the major factor that why you can see that human development is much more higher in all those countries. Next, what comes is about the countries with medium level of human development, and over here that you will see that larger number of countries, they are falling under this group, and most of these countries, they are basically emerged after the period of Second World War, or you can see that all these countries with the former colonies. And basically in these type of countries, here you will see that there is a much higher social diversity, and you can see that all kind of political instability or social uprising is there. And this is also one factor and behind that why all these countries are falling under the medium human development score. And next what comes, that the low level of HDI, and over here the number of countries which you can see that it's 43 countries. And basically in these countries you'll see that these are all the small countries where political unrest is going on, or any kind of social instability is over there, or it's in kind of civil war, or it can be in terms of famine, it can be in terms of any kind of disease also. So these are some triggering factors which actually plays an important role for that that type of country to fall that particular country into the low level of HDI value. And through this HDI value, what actually we can understand that what is that why that particular region is reporting under the low or high level of human development. And it is important to look at the pattern that where government is doing its expenditure on the social sectors also. So here you can see that the importance it lies over here. And in some countries you will see that their high level of human development, because they actually invest much more into the social sectors, and there you can see that there is the absence of any kind of political turmoil or any kind of instability. But on the contrary, over here on the other hand, when we see some places with low level of human development, there you will see that they spend much more on defense rather than some social sectors. Because in those category you will see that some political instability is going on, or maybe that any kind of social instability is going through all those countries. So you can see that they means all those particular countries, they are not able to initiate any accelerated economic development. So by this we can say that we are covering this chapter, which is your fourth chapter, human development. And I hope that today's all discussion was very much clear, and at the same time it was easy and interesting to all of you. So please go through the chapter, and if you feel any kind of query or any doubt, then please comment below. And yeah, so let's end the video session over here, and we are going to meet in the next video class. Till then, stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy.